see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself?
What's up, everyone? It's the Commish. Gonna do the week 13 report a little differently compared to other weeks, where I'm basically, instead of going over the scores and the projections, gonna be going over the standings and the potential situations. Shit's about to get deep. You ain't gonna see this face the rest of the video though, so you better miss it. So what I'm gonna do is go over everyone's situation and wrap it up in a summary, and then provide the rest of the details for later on in the video. So Browns lock that #1 seed regardless of what happens this week. Then Easy Breezy locks the #2 seed with the win, and he could get the #3 seed if he loses and Stankati wins. Shit's about to get real quick. Speaking of Stanko, his playoff seeds for the end of the year could range from 2 to 4. Could miss playoffs, but he will ultimately avoid that PO. So for Chip's team, his playoff seeds could range from 3 to 4. He could miss the playoffs, but he will, once again, he will avoid the PO as well. So Turd Ferguson's seeds range from 3 to 4 as well. He could miss the playoffs, and he will not be avoiding that PO. He's fighting for her love. Upper Decker's in the same situation. His seeds range from 3 to 4. Could miss playoffs, but once again, he can get that PO. Wizard of Hajj can only get the #4 seed. Could miss the playoffs, and once again, he could get that PO. And as far as for Team Abendroth, Dan's Dirty Pooh Finger, and Double Comfort, you're all just fighting it out for the PO at this point. So here's how the standings work out. Seeds 1 and 4 make the playoffs. 5 and 6 are sort of in the abyss. And seeds 7 through 10, let's just say they're fighting for a PO's love. So in terms of scenario, 3 through 7 are just a total shit show. So as you can see here, 3 can make the playoffs. 4 can make the playoffs. 5 and 6 are sort of in the abyss. Number 7, you're fighting love with the PO. So these are the current standings as of right now. So for seeds 3 through 7, there's 8 possible outcomes. Ferguson and Crooks play each other, so either Ferguson or Crooks is going to win. And then Sadami and Stankati either both win, both lose, or one of the other wins and loses. So for situation 1, it's very straightforward. Crooks and Stanko both are at 8 and 5, so those two have the better records. And Crooks has won the head-to-head, so that's why Crooks is 3 and Stanko is 4. Alright, so for situation 2, it's very straightforward with Crooks. He's the better record, so that's why he's going to be a 3 seed. Now for everyone else, holy hell, this is going to be a headache. Alright, Nas, you are relevant. I didn't forget you. So, since if Nas wins, it'll be a 7-6 between all 3 of these boys. And in order to break that tiebreaker, you have to do head-to-head against each other. But since Nas has only played 2 games against Stanko and Sadami, 1 each, he only has 2 games total. And Stanko has played 3 games in total between Nas and Sadami, making them 1 and 2. So yeah, he has Stanko's 3, Nas is 2. For ESPN, they have the tiebreaker automatically go to points for when that happens. So what do I mean by points for? I mean total points for the entire season. So Stanko is going to win that even if Nas wins in that 3-way tie. If Nas loses, then it's Sadami versus Stanko, but they're 1-1 against each other. But once again, Stanko has more total points per the season, which is why he's at the #4 seed. I hope y'all are getting this, because it's about to get even deeper. Alright, situation 3. Pretty much the exact same thing as situation 1, except Sadami lost. So the records are the same for Stankati and Crooks, but Crooks won the head-to-head, so that's why he's the 3 seed, and Stanko is the 4 seed. Alright, situation 4. Yes, Naj, you are relevant. This is your only time you're going to win, so savor this in. Alright, Crooks is going to get the 3 seed, obviously, because he has a better record than everyone else. And Naj, since if you win, you tie Stanko for records, but you win the head-to-head against Stanko. So that's why you're the #4 seed. Stanko, you're obviously the #4 seed. Nas loses because you have the better record compared to everyone else. Obviously, since Nas will be 6 and 7 when he loses. Alright, situation 5 is a fucking bitch, but let's do it. Alright, let's say Nas won. So Crooks, Ferguson, Stanko are all 7-6, including Nas, who's 7-6. So there has to be a head-to-head tiebreaker between all four of them. So, since Nas has only played Crooks, Ferguson, Stanko 3 times, and he's 2-1, and Stanko is 1-3. He's played 4 games. Ferguson's will have played 4 games, and Crooks will have played 4 games. So that means that's an uneven amount. Nas played 3, and Crooks and Ferguson, Stanko have all played 4. So they have to go to the next tiebreaker, which is total points per the season, which is why Stanko wins, because he has the most points per the season. So that's the number 3 seed. And so for the number 4 seed, if Nas wins, it's going to be a 3-way tie between Crooks, Ferguson, and Nas. But Nas is 2-1 against Ferguson and Crooks, and Ferguson and Crooks will ultimately have played each other 3 times. So if Ferguson and Crooks played 3, Nas has played 2. So they have an uneven amount of games once again. Crooks will have the most points per the season between Crooks, Ferguson, and Nas. So that's why he's the number 4 seed there. And then for if Nas loses, so it's going to be Crooks, Ferguson, and Stanko. So Ferguson has the better record at 3-1 between Stanko and Crooks, and then Crooks will be second at 2-2 with his record between Ferguson and Stanko. Then Stanko will be out of it because he's 1-3, and he'll be out of the playoffs. Alright, situation 6 is a little more straightforward. Stanko has a better record at 8-5, so that's why he's the number 3 seed. So say if Nas loses, pretty straightforward since it's a head-to-head matchup against Crooks and Ferguson. Ferguson has been 2-0 against Crooks, so that's why he gets the number 4 seed if Nas loses. And then if Nas wins, it's a 3-way tie between Crooks, Ferg, and Nas. But since they all have a different amount of games played against each other, they have to go to the second tiebreaker, which is total points for, and Crooks would have the most for that. So that's why he's the number 4 seed if Nas wins. So situation 7. So if Nas wins, he'll be 7-6 with Crooks, Ferguson, Sadami, and Stanko. Yeah, good times, I know. So since Nas has that situation where he's not played the same amount of games as everyone that's played against each other. So for instance, Sadami, Stanko, and Ferguson, and Crooks have all played 6 games together. But Nas has only played 5, I believe, so it's a different amount of games. So you have to go once again, total points 4, which is why Stanko wins. Why Stanko has the most there, he gets number 3 seed. Crooks, you do it all over again, remove Stanko. Remember, Nas is still there, so you still have the total points 4, which is why Crooks gets the number 4 seed, because he has the most total points 4 between him, Ferguson, Sadami, and Nas. And then if Nas loses, then it's a 4-way tie between Crooks, Ferguson, Stanko, and Sadami. And Sadami gets the W there at 4-2. And that's why he is the number 3 seed if Nas loses. And then for the number 4 seed, you do what we did before with Crooks, Ferg, and Stanko. And Ferguson has the lead there at 3-1. So there you go. Alright, I think this is almost over. Last situation, here we go. Alright, Stanko gets the number 3 seed regardless because he's the better record. But if Nas wins, because he'll be 7-6, Ferg and Sadami and Crooks will all be 7-6. Since Nas hasn't played the same amount of games as everyone because he's an asshole, you go to the second tiebreaker, which Crooks has the most total points for the season compared to Ferguson, Sadami, and Nas. But if Nas loses, it's a 3-way tie between Crooks, Ferguson, and Sadami, which you have to do the head-to-head matchup, and Sadami's got the better record at a 3-1. So, that's the end of this. Thank fucking God, and see you bitches later.